Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video from Bird One. I want to make this short video. It's going to take about 2 minutes because I want to tell you guys everything that's going on in the world right now. Basically the big points that I'm a little bit worried about and a lot of people are talking about on the internet. And I want to highlight all of them, and I want you to put in the comments below on which of these topics you actually want a bigger video about, so that I know exactly what you're looking for and where I can advise you in. So first of all, one of the first things that come up like pretty frequently on the internet is the Godfather of AI warns that we have no idea what's coming. Basically what he's telling us is that AI is evolving so quickly that we have no clue of what it's actually going to do if we don't act quickly as humanity to keep it in control. Okay, so next up, what is going on next to this really good development of AI? That is the wars that rage on our planet. Like every single person I know is talking about this. The conflicts between Russia and Ukraine, the tensions between Israel and the Gaza. Everything like this is just messing up people's brains. So next up is maybe a more positive one, and that is SpaceX's rapidly boosting humanity to set foot on Mars, to distribute cheap and fast internet across the globe. And there's some specific reasons why this is being built. This maybe even has to do a little bit with the conflict between Russia and the United States and China and stuff like that. Because you've heard all the stories about ships dragging their anchor across the ocean beds and ripping apart internet cables from various countries like Sweden and Norway and stuff. So the thing about Starlink in this position is there's no cables in space, so there is no possibility to have a ship dragging an anchor to destroy the cables. So I do think this is like a plan B in place, and it's all connected in some sort of way. Okay, so the next one is that I see really often on my YouTube feeds and social media is people are still complaining about how our food is not nourishing or having the nutrients that we actually need, and that we're eating some empty food like McDonald's or if you go to the grocery stores and you buy bananas, and that the bananas are pretty much made out of silicon in some way. There's some really strange things going on with the water and the hormones and the antibiotics inside of it. There's thousands of these videos, and we have absolutely no control over this, and we don't actually know as a normal human what is actually going on with this topic, for example. So the next one that I want to mention is the unknown drones flying across our skies for like 2 or 3 years by now. Like New Jersey, and now this week in Denmark and Finland and stuff like that. In the UK and the United States and overall, it just seems so strange that so many type of drones are flying around at this current moment that we have no idea what the hell is all going on at the same time. Just as this video is going to turn longer than I expected, there's also these cyberattacks going on a massive scale. Like imagine we have the tools to build websites in a single day with Grok and stuff like that. And it just seems that the hackers have found a way to probably have an unlocked artificial intelligence that helps them write cyberattacks. And we hear this from mainstream media mostly, where governments are reporting like, okay, we have massive hacks going on. It's really a threat to society and to the government that these cyber attacks are going on, and nobody like me or you are able to do something about it. But we keep reading every single day about cyber attacks and people getting hacked and identity theft or AI that replicates their face in some sort of video and blackmailing these people. It is insane what's going on. So on top of that, even the cyber attacks that make me feel a little bit worried about the government. Like if you are handling such big cyber attacks, why are you pushing people to digital identities integrations like what's going on in the UK right now? Like people don't even know what's going on in the entire world, and now they're pushing for digital identities that are run on servers that probably can be hacked by some AI cyber attack. That worries people even more, so I don't think this is the right time for them to even start thinking about releasing it before solving the problems first. But next on, what else do we get? In the middle of all this, all the information that we get every day from our social media or YouTube or whatever we are doing, the internet is clearly being taken over by AI. You see like AI generated content, you see AI generated news, you see like AI generated pictures that are so freaking real that I have no idea if it's actually true or if it's a false video or picture. It's really gets too professional, it gets too good, and I do think that even in courts today, there's going to be some hesitations like, is this AI generated or is this real? And the credibility between the two is getting so thin that you need like an absolute expert, and even he can miss out on if it's real or not. So it just basically means that AI is taking over the internet really slowly and actually pretty rapidly. And people are noticing this. And for example, I have made a channel that is pretty much 100% AI generated content as well. I wanted to make a video about this, but I wanted to make this topic video first. So on top of that, you have the dead internet theories going around on the internet where people are explaining like, yeah, there is nothing real anymore. Like even YouTube is enhancing people's videos where they look AI generated because there's some sort of filter going over videos that it looks like it's AI generated, and it kind of starts blurring into one big mess that people can't make a distinction like, okay, is this guitar player actually playing this song, or is this just an AI generated image based on the sound and that it's playing the music accordingly? There's some really strange things going on. So people are at this moment retracting from society. It's not only me. I go out way less often than I used to in the past. When I go to parties or I go to a club, it seems or feels like there's only 1/3 of the people present that I am used to in the past, like 10, 15 years ago when I was a young puberty kid. And these days, pretty much every bar or club has been closed in the area. And I do think that most people that I talk to and all my friends are experiencing exactly the same. They went to the cinema to watch a movie with their girlfriend or something, and they said like, we were the only ones in the whole damn hall of the cinema. And I was experiencing exactly the same. There was like 4 people in a cinema basically to watch a movie that you can watch from home from Netflix. And to be honest, we're all experiencing like, okay, my TV and my sound system is actually even better than going to the cinema these days. So society is breaking down, and a lot of people are making videos about it, that they feel frustrated, they have no way of getting a job or whatsoever. And it seems that this part is pretty bad. On top of that, we have this new 3i Atlas asteroid coming in, and a lot of people are speculating about that this is an alien spaceship. Possibly, yes, I do think that this might be a 60-40% chance of being extraterrestrial and they just come to pay us a visit. Because we have to be honest, since the 1970s, when we turned on all the neon lights and lasers and lighting up our streets with bright lights and holding soccer fields, campaigns and everything, we're just shining light into the universe. And every year, our light that we are emitting from Earth is just getting 1 year further. So by now, there's like 50 light years away from us, there's going to be planets that visually can see us lighting up in the sky as some sort of star maybe. And they might just want to pay us a visit and come check out, like, why is your planet glowing? Why is your planet emitting light? There has to be life over there. So that is a possibility, and people are speculating a lot about it. It could be AI, it could be a psyop, we don't know. It just messes people up. And on top of that, YouTubers, like big ones, Linus Tech Tips and everything, are experiencing these massive view losses. It seems to be that something has altered the algorithm of YouTube to start promoting AI videos over normal human-made videos. The reason being is YouTube is probably running on AI in a really high level with a lot of budget to manage the content, to promote the content, to do the advertisements. Because I'm going to be honest, this new YouTube channel that I made with AI generated content is growing exponentially bigger and insaner than a normal YouTube channel like mine over here. It's pretty much possible that my AI generated YouTube channel is going to surpass this YouTube channel within a couple of months' time, because the algorithm of YouTube, or AI, is pushing AI to be promoted over human content. So I'm really thinking about this kind of stuff, and a lot of people are doing the same. So people at this current stage of time have this ethical issue where they don't know if it's AI or if it's real. I'm experiencing exactly the same. Sometimes I see a video and I have to watch it 3 to 4 times. But then I realize, based on how a car tire is wobbling or something, or the names in the distance of a sign are messed up, that I realize like, oh, this is AI. But the problem is that you watch this video 5 times. So the YouTube algorithm, for example, or TikTok algorithm sees like, oh, this guy watched this video 5 times. It has to be a good video. And it's going to promote this video more because you were just unsure if it's real or if it was fake. So on top of all of the things that I mentioned above, there's like these chat control laws for monitoring all the chats, like WhatsApp or communication in overall. They want to have full control. Probably in Europe, they will start first with this. And the reason being is they want to find out where these kind of groups are coming from, or if people are actually listening to this. And in the UK, it's getting pretty bad. Like if you say something wrong on the internet, you probably get arrested and stuff like that. So we now live in this really weird civilization or society where people are retracting from, because they're like, okay, all the things that I mentioned just now before is just messing with everyone's brain. Like we have no idea, like, okay, there's a wall over there, there's a wall over there, there's a wall over there. Like, where do I go? And everyone is thinking exactly the same. And everyone feels the same way. Like, even if I go to work, for what am I doing this? Because everything around me is changing and I can't do anything about it, and I don't want it to be like that. So I'm just working for staying alive, and people feel like they have no purpose at this point. On top of that, all the problems I mentioned to you before, so there were total control, there's a lot of things going on. We live in this civilization where everything that we order online is just thrown away. It's just worst quality you can buy, and we just buy 10 replacements in our lives, and it just comes into landfills. We're pretty aware of how the environment is suffering from plastics and stuff, but if I go to the grocery store and I just buy 1 day worth of food, like meat and vegetables, everything is in plastic. Like, I can literally say that I have the same amount of plastic every day from cooking my dishes than the food that was inside of the plastic. Like, the same weight is almost given, and I just walk downstairs with a full bag of plastic for one meal with my wife. So we're pretty much aware of, like, we need to save the environment by not buying plastics. But why are all the shops wrapping it in 7 times plastic to keep it fresh? That is one of the reasons that, how can I make a difference when I want to make a difference, but they're just forcing you to buy the plastics? So I don't know, it's just from higher up. You can't blame this to the people. You can't make them pay for a plastic bag, because you would give it anyway, because there's no alternative. Because if we take wood, then we have no forests anymore in 10 years' time. So we'll have to keep using the plastics, and it doesn't make sense. So on top of that, if you're really a weather guy, you also notice that the past 1 or 2 years, there's massive solar activity and like global natural disasters going on, and volcanoes that have been sleeping for thousands of years waking up. And my reasoning behind this is we have this cosmic period, and that's pretty much when the Maya said, like in 2012, the world will end as you know it. That actually happened for me because I do feel from 2012 and beyond, there is this sensation of the time is going quicker. I will come to that topic later as well. And it doesn't feel the way as it did before. Like I was playing as a child in the countryside and walking in farmlands and building camps, and there was no digital thing bothering me all day and keeping me hooked to the dopamine it generates until 2012. That was pretty much the day that I got my first Xbox 360 even, because my dad said, like, if the world's gonna end, I hope you still have your gaming dream that you wanted. So because of that, I got hooked to technology and I was sucked in. And probably a lot of people have had the same experience, but pretty much want to return back. So all these massive solar activities going on is affecting the world. I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but when a magnetic field is being hit by a solar flare, for example, it starts to put energy into the world, like into the planet itself, because energy is not lost. And the sun is bombarding the earth with so much energy. The magnetic field is changing. We have a metal core. It's going to move in some sort of way. It's going to generate heat based on what the solar flare is throwing at us. And this energy will be returned in bigger earthquakes, bigger volcanic activity, tsunamis perhaps, or maybe even some really weird weather phenomena going on in the future because of this really weird, massive solar influence. It's just pulling and pushing in the universe at this moment, and it maybe means, the way the Mayans once said it, if the world and the sun is chaotic, the people will think and become chaotic. And I do think this is pretty true. So currently, on top of all of that, we have this AI consuming massive amounts of energy. And we've been there as this YouTube channel. We had this moment where the governments were saying, like, okay, we need to get rid of Bitcoin mining because it's consuming so much power. But suddenly, out of nowhere, because the United States and China want to win this AI warfare, they're just bypassing all these electricity laws and pollutions. Look at, for example, Elon Musk building a 35 kerosene-powered turbine data center that just consumes 700,000 gallons of kerosene every day. That is just justified because they want to win the AI wars. But we are being forced to drive this electric vehicle that also consumed a lot of resources to make. But it's just two opposite things that are countering each other. Every single time we get this, we get A, but then B compensates it, and we're like, what's going on? So now that artificial intelligence is getting so smart that it might take like 12 months before we don't even recognize the world anymore, because everyone is adopting to it, everyone's using it at the moment. We're adopting it faster than we're thinking. People are actually letting AI decide for them. I'm doing that in these video sessions as well, like the previous video, like how to get AI to be on your side instead of the AI using you. So we're going to be teaching you that to give you a little bit of a thing on top of that. But people are massively stepping away from social media at the moment. Me, myself as well. I do have some privacy concerns. I noticed so many times that I was talking about something with a friend, my phone recorded it somehow, and I got advertisements from it straight away. It just didn't make sense. So people are getting influenced by AI, and they get less and less smart because they make it think for them. Like there's some kids in school that just make their homework with ChatGPT or Grok, and they haven't learned anything. When they get tests or something in the future, it doesn't matter anymore. Knowledge and information is going to be thrown at the new kids. They don't have to teach the way we teach. So on top of all that, finally and lastly, we have so many more topics that we can discuss about, but there is a crypto reserve being built in Russia, China, United States. They're preparing for something. We're preparing us for something as well, but we have no clue what's going on. Like there's possible aliens, there's AI madness going on, there's public shootings going on. There is so much that's going on. And what are we going to do? I have no clue. So we are going to find a way together to maneuver between all of these things. And we need to start focusing on what is important. How do we get humanity to a good period of time? And together we can probably reach this point. So hopefully you all enjoyed this video. It was again longer than I wanted to, but see you guys in the next one.